Hey everyone, Sleepy Reader here with my Wednesday comic book haul. I had a little extra time on my hands, so I pawed through the dollar bins, which are pretty small at the shop near my house, but they do have some stuff, and so I got some random bits. The thing I think I was most excited about is I found issue 1 of A Town Called Dragon from the newly launched Legendary publishing house, written by Judd Winnick. I've heard almost nothing about this except from Wonky Ninja. Judd Winnick's a pretty big name. I'm surprised they didn't get more attention online and etc. But anyway, I'm really glad to find this for $1. So if I like it, I can try and track down the other issues. I'm not sure if there's been 2 or 3 issues out. Surprised they would put this in the dollar bin, but maybe they had too many copies. And then just kind of a random issue of Justice League Dark. With my 20% discount, these are 80-cent comics. So, also got a random issue of Jack of Fables. I'm slowly building up a Jack of Fables run. I gotta figure out what issues I need on that, really. And then there were 3 issues of Murder Inc. Issues 2 through 4. Which must be fairly recent, each for $1, so I thought I'd try that. I guess I'll read them without reading issue 1, and if I find it interesting enough, I'll track down issue 1. And then bought more comics than planned on, and had to even skip over some comics I might have bought. There was a Dark Horse #1 for 1, reprinting the first issue of Axe Cop, when the writer was a 6-year-old. I think I've read some other Axe Cops. It wasn't my favorite thing in the world, but for $1 I thought it would be fun to see the very first issue that this 6-year-old and his 30-year-old brother did together. And then more to the... Oh, and I paid full price for, well, plus my discount, for Apocalypse, or however you say it, which Wonky Ninja also recommended. So this is an issue, I think, from just last week. It does kind of look like RoboCop meets Judge Dredd, but that may just be the visuals, because I think it involves time travel. I don't know if Judge Dredd ever did time travel. There was, another one from last week that I picked up because she raved about it so much. Audrey, I think of her as a comic book mom. I guess she's the first lady of comics from the first family of comics. She raved a lot about this. Normally I avoid the $3.99s, but I thought I'd give it a shot. $3.99s from the mainstream publishers. And then I got Future's End, always high on my list for something I'm excited to read every week. Arkham Manor, I'm more sort of... I liked Arkham Manor #1, and I'm just sort of curious where Arkham Manor #2 will go. Trees, who knows where this will go, but the slow burn of Trees has me interested. Definitely something I want to sit back and read a bunch of issues in a row, reread a bunch of issues in a row sometime soon. Because we're already on issue 7. Batman Eternal. Who knows whether I'll like this issue or not. I like that cover. It looks like Hush is going to dress up as Batman. If that really happens in this issue, that would be cool. Kind of excited to see what Gotham at Midnight will be like. I have never read a comic book by Ray Fawkes that knocked my socks off. Maybe I've missed the ones that really made his rep. But I am excited to see a DC comic illustrated by Ben Templesmith. That seems very intriguing. And then I had to get G.I. Zombie. I think at this point G.I. Zombie is going to be in the middle of a fight with zombies, so there's some irony there. Love these covers. The art on the inside is very different. Oh, another one from last week I picked up just because I wanted to continue the story of Batwoman, because I picked up on Batwoman last issue, the Batwoman in Space issue, mostly because the art appealed to me. Then I got Sundowners #4. I've just caught up with reading Sundowners. It's kind of a crazy story where it's hard to remember which character is which. And it feels like a lot of connective tissue was missing in the issues 2 and 3 anyway that I just read. Maybe I wasn't remembering enough from issue 1. But I was intrigued trying to figure out where it's going, and it is a creator-owned book from Dark Horse, so that was interesting. I kind of wonder if it's a limited series or an ongoing. Umbral, always look forward to reading this. It's not the greatest book in the world. That's kind of unfair, but it's just its own thing, which is kind of, in many ways, standard fantasy fare. But with some really interesting art. And finally, part 2 of 2 of The Wolf and the Apostle, which I think is just sort of a backstory on what's been going on with that guy from the Inquisition who became a werewolf. So I assume it's going to lead into another story with that werewolf, but we'll see. I might have it wrong. It's amazing that they do 2-issue stories. Who ever heard of such a thing? And then, when I'd completely forgotten about it, something I had supported in Kickstarter came in the mail, and that is the Steve Rude 2014 sketchbook. It's really a nice sized item with lots of art, paintings and sketches, things I think he did from life, or maybe from fashion magazines. It's just quite an interesting variety of stuff. So I'm pretty pleased with this. I did think that I had a print coming, but the, where did I put it? Well, anyway, an invoice came with it that just said sketchbook and postcard. So I got a postcard that's the same as the cover, but I thought I also had another print coming. But maybe I misunderstood what level I was funding him at. It wasn't very expensive. Although I don't know if it's from Quacking Duck handling it or if this already had a crease in it. It's made out of slightly flimsy material, but there's a lot of content in here. And I assume it's of a pretty limited edition. And if you've watched my videos over the past few years, you may have realized that I'm a big Steve Rude fan. I might even seek out some of his sketchbooks from other years if I can get them not too expensively, because I think he does this every year. So yeah, that's everything, which was a lot that I got today. And tonight, just in a few hours, probably a little after 8:30 Pacific time, I will be on oddfellowsthoughts channel, Travis's channel, debating covers with him. His Uncover the Covers video, I'm going to be a guest star, I guess, on it. And we suspect that I have a different taste in what makes a good cover than he does. So we'll see how that goes. I have not looked at any of the covers in advance. So that is like, what? Is that 11:30? 11:30 East Coast? Yeah, 11:30 at night East Coast time. This is Wednesday night, the night before Thanksgiving. So many of you watching this, it'll be over, but you can look for it on Travis's channel if you're interested. But if you want to watch live, that would be cool too. We'll probably look at comments and answer questions and stuff. Talk to you all later. Bye-bye.